Hello, hello, hello. This is Roon here with LadyWarBoss for NFT Game Show. And sorry if I sound a little off. I actually recovering from being sick over the weekend. It was pretty bad, and so this is my first time attempting a stream or anything. So bear with me. Lady Warboss, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us tonight. I know it's no fun to to be sick, so I hope you're feeling better a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm feeling way better than I was Saturday. So, yesterday was my first time getting out of the house in like 3 days, and I went. We had a Maple Fest here in Vermont, and it was like a parade and stuff. And I was like, let me get out of this house. So, did that. Got sunburned all over my face because I was not expecting it to be so nice. So yeah, that's what I've been dealing with the last 2 days. So the last few days, excuse me.
Well, glad
Yeah,
you got out of the house at least.
yeah, today was nice too. Anyway,
Good.
um, so I for everyone out there that doesn't know, we go over different games in the NFT space from a very noobish beginning level. We are not professionals in any way, but we like to help explore the NFT games space and help get people into it as well. Um, we went over Gods Unchained last series. This time we're going after something a little newer, a little more recent, and requested quite a bit. So we are going over the Axie Origins, and we are going to give this a shot now. Lady Warboss, are you familiar at all with Axie Infinity?
Um, Very vaguely. So this
Okay.
is this is kind of my first experience with it as well. I've watched some people play,
Yeah.
but haven't. This is my first time digging in. So
Okay. Well, there were a lot of people, and they've even done ads about this. Axie themselves, they did ads about this about how to get started because a lot of people were turned off at the with the original Axie Infinity, and that is because you had to buy basically these um, Axies in front of you that you see here. You'd have to buy them in order to be able to play, and they were going for a pretty penny. And you had your fans, you had your diehards, and they bought and they played and they trained, and there's breeding involved also, and so they made it into a powerhouse for quite a while. I mean, tournaments and tournaments, and still is pretty high up there. And introduce some interesting mechanics. So um, yeah, the the game here is Axie Origins, which is I like to dub it a free to play. And really, they kind of are free to play, except you have to buy an asset or whatever. But this one, you don't have to buy an asset. They give you axes. You start out with three axes that they give you, and everyone I did confirm has the same exact axes.
okay, good to know.
Um,
I didn't know that.
yeah, um, and you just build from there. So this is it seems like Mavis, who's the company that makes the Axie brand, it sounds like they definitely want to get more people involved. I don't know what that
Mhm.
means for diehards, and if they're upset about it, but I do know some things have happened recently. So anyway, I see that you have been messing around a little bit. You're still level one, but you got 10 experience in there. How your first impression, just like playing for the very first time, not even knowing the other game at all.
My first impression was definitely like I feel like this would be a fun one for really anybody to dive into. Um,
Mhm.
I liked they have like a tutorial at the beginning, and I appreciated that.
Yeah,
It's definitely something that I'm not going to be super quick right away because I don't know what all the cards are and in the
yeah,
gameplay as far as that goes.
yep.
Um, So yeah, I think it's going to be a fun one for us to dive in.
Yeah,
My hesitancy was just like you mentioned
yeah,
when I looked to buy the three guys to start
yep,
in Axie Infinity. I was like, well, this is not really my budget right now. So
yeah,
that was my hesitation. So I'm very excited to jump
yeah.
into this one.
One thing that the Axie community did, which I really do like, is they developed a scholarship program,
Hmm.
and actually, I was in the very first scholarship program with Chief,
Oh,
Aum.
cool.
Actually, I think Aum was my sponsor, and so they would give select people, and thankfully I got chosen. Um, they would give people 3 Axies, and you just start playing and building. You just play. You have, you're given full access. And there was, it was to teach, it was to learn, it was to help build strategies and things like that.
Hmm.
Um, so it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I'm trying to remember. This was like almost, I can't remember if this was pre-pandemic or no, this was pandemic. So yeah, with a lot of stuff going on at work, yeah, just I could not for the life of me, and I'll be honest, I cannot get into Axie Infinity at all. Can't. And it's I mean, a lot of people like it. The ads out there are saying that people are so oh, these are so cute, and they have their different traits, which is cool. And that you could breed them, and you get a whole brand new one that has its own things, but it's supported by a lineage, and you can put it up for sale if you wanted to.
Hmm.
That concept's awesome. The gameplay to me just was not. I wasn't able to get into it. Um, but I do understand the appeal big time. Now, for me, I've played, this Origins, and it definitely got me back into that Axie vibe,
Hmm.
especially since it's free to play. For me, this being free to play, is a great way to get into it. Now, we'll talk about, the whole NFT side of things when it comes to the free to play, as I like
Hmm.
to dub it, but that'll be later episodes. But um,
Cool.
let's you wanna actually, you know what we should go over? Do you remember the way to download the game, like, how to do it? Like, what
Um,
did you have to do?
yeah, so I was a little hesitant with anything that I'm downloading from the
Yeah,
internet, of course. So, I actually just went right to their Discord channel,
yes.
for the direct link to
Yep.
download it, just because I was a little hesitant.
Mhm,
So that was pretty streamlined right there,
yeah,
and I think the first prompt was to set up a Ronin wallet, which I did not have yet.
yes.
So I got that done, added it, to my browser or whatever the prompt was.
Yep.
Um, and then after downloading the uh, is it what is it? Mavis.
The
What is
Mavis Hub,
Mavis's?
yeah, the
Yeah, yeah.
Mavis Hub.
Yeah, so that's cool. That was super easy to do. I'm on a Mac, but I'm assuming that the
Mhm,
process is similar on a Windows or PC.
mhm,
Um, and yeah, it was great to see that,
yeah.
both of the different Axie games were on there. So,
Yeah, they're available to play, so that is good. It was very streamlined in that respect. There's a couple of these games that we've been checking out, and some of them are so hard to get, like, click here, click there, or it's not so obvious. This one was quite obvious,
right,
but,
right.
yeah, so, obviously, everyone there's a lot of scams going around. We don't want, people to fall for that for anything like that. So, go to their Discord link, get the URL for the downloads directly from their Discord. Don't I mean, I sent it to Lady Warboss, but just like you heard, she still went over there anyways because I told her
I
where it was.
trust you, Rune. I trust you, but I
I know,
did.
and that's okay. That's no, it's good. It's fine. No, there's a lot. I mean, I do it to some people too. But yeah, so even though I did post the link in there, it's a test to see if you actually click on it.
Oh, was that
Um,
a test?
yeah, no,
Did I
no,
pass?
no.
Just
That's
kidding.
coming from Discord. If anyone gets that, oh boy, things will be in trouble. But anyway, but I'll tell you a little history real quick. Um, the Axie, um, they got so big. They got so big that they introduced the AXS coin. So
Mhm.
AXS, is their Axie coin, and it's straight out, tokenized coin, and it's doing really well. Well, what happened was I had created the Ronin wallet, um, just like you did, and
Mhm.
I was about to buy an Axie, and I didn't. And what they did was when they launched the coin, they airdropped a good chunk to people who had Axies. If I recall that correctly,
Oh,
it was because they
okay.
had Axies.
Mhm.
Um, and I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me? I missed it by a day."
Oh,
And
no.
people were getting, like, I mean, you were hearing, like, people got, like, hundreds of thousands of dollars and was just like, "This is amazing." And so I was pissed at that, and I said, "Okay, okay, let's go ahead and put some money into this coin." So it was 30, or no, it was 8 cents. It was 8
Mhm.
cents, I believe, or 38 cents, one of the 2. And I was like, "Okay, let me go ahead and buy, for right now, I'll do 50 bucks, and then I'll do another, like, 100 later," because I was out of town, and it would not let me buy them. For my bank kept blocking me, and I was like, "Ah, okay, this
Oh,
is just
man.
this is just annoying." And then I see prices of $73 a coin, and I'm like, "God, no!"
Oh, no.
So much, but it was, like, twice scorned, by Axie, and the fact that I wasn't a big fan of the gameplay, I was like, "I don't care about this anymore." So, yeah, so that's my little brief history with it, and I don't hate on the company, it is what it is. Um, the Anyway, for this though, you already have it downloaded. I
Mhm.
have it downloaded also. I do want to say that Axie is primarily a trading card strategy game, PvE, PvP involved, and what you're using are NFTs to fight with, and you basically want to build out the best set of characters that will be able to take out your opponent. So if you're familiar with Hearthstone, kind of ish, kind of like Hearthstone, Magic the Gathering ish, but on a much simplified, more simplified level.
Mhm.
Um, it's it it does have a lot of nice, a lot of cool features. I will say that their tutorials were very fast. Um,
Absolutely.
very fast, you got through them quick, and did I learn stuff? Yeah. Would I have retained it? Did I retain it right away? Nope. So, like, the first few games that I'm doing afterwards is where I actually kind of learned it, just like anything else. Um, yeah, and, so that's I do have to say, when you guys do download it and give it a shot, again, it's free. Um, that tutorial, just kind of pay attention, but be prepared to, you know, take your notes as you're, playing forward. So,
Absolutely, I agree with that 100%. It did go really quick. So,
mhm, yeah,
um, I think, yeah, and as you play with any card, deck building game for sure, it's like you get faster as you remember which
yep,
card does what. So, I have
yes,
0
totally,
strategy, but I love that stops me from,
yep.
"Okay, you can't do any more moves." It kind of guides you while you're playing, so
Yes,
that's
exactly,
helpful.
exactly. Um,
So
yeah, so it was, give me just a quick second here. Let me give some love. Let me see here.
and I'm 100% in that club of, "Oh my gosh, they are so cute," and
Mhm.
I love breeding mechanics on the other
Yes,
side
I
of
do too.
things.
I am actually a fan of breeding mechanics too.
It's super fun, but yeah,
Yep.
so maybe this will be my segue into Axie Infinity, so
What was
finally.
great Yeah, I know. What was great about it is, one of my first breeding experiences, um, is I believe it was on the Gamecast, and it was a Chocobo, or I don't know how you pronounce it, but I can't even remember the game. Um, I don't want to say it was Final Fantasy, but I don't want to say it. Yeah, it was on the Dreamcast. But anyway, I was
Okay.
fascinated with the fact that there is something that's going to be automatically written, and it could be anything, you
Right?
know? And that was the fun of it. It's like ripping a pack, you know. Um,
Absolutely.
and but the best part is the different traits. The fact that the traits actually mean something, and yeah, I mean,
Mm.
it's a great it is fun. It can be addicting, and again, like I said, I like breeding games also. Um, do you let's take a look at an Axie up close. So if you want to, down the bottom left corner of that screen there, yeah, hit Axie.
Okay.
So let's take a look at the orange guy. So click on the orange guy, Bubba, and they are the same names too, I could tell. So this is the Axie. Now, from what they're saying, that, Bubba is an NFT. Now, can it be sold? I don't think so. I mean, most starter stuff you can't sell unless you fuse it together to make a brand new one.
Right.
So, we'll find out in time. Again, this is really early. It's and
Mhm.
that's one of the best parts about it. Um, so it shows you a picture, and
Mhm.
it shows you the position that they're in. They're in the first position, that Bubba number 1 at the top there.
Wait, where?
At
This?
the yep,
We're here?
yep, yep,
Okay.
exactly, yeah, and, you could, give it a roll, which is very helpful, actually. So on the left-hand side there, it says "Roll None." Go ahead and
Uh-huh.
click on None. So it
Okay.
gives you the options. Is this person a tank? Is this person a DPSer? Or is this person like a healer, supporter?
Mhm.
So I've already labeled this guy, and if you want to, you can. He's damage dealer. He's one of my favorite ones.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I'll copy you.
yeah, and I'll tell you the reason why, and the reason why is because the cards in his hands, especially that
Mhm.
second to last one,
Yeah.
yeah, that is powerful when used right. I have one-shot people with that.
Wow.
Yeah, so anyway, and
Ooh.
these are the cards down at the bottom. Now, Axie each Axie has its own set of cards. And what we're seeing here are the set of cards for this one Axie. Now,
Mhm.
as time goes on, you're supposed to be able to get more, switch them out, build your own decks, and go from there and really customize it for yourself. This is the equivalent of the starter deck on Gods Unchained.
Okay. Yep.
Yep. And so this also gives you an opportunity to look at the cards because in the tutorial, it goes so fast. So you don't really get a chance to like read it and take it in. Um, so like that one right there is you gain 2 rage if you click on it. And to click on it, you have to use one spell potion, which is the mana gems from Gods Unchained, if you remember
Okay.
that.
Mhm.
And then what it also does is 60 damage. So that red 60
Yep.
next to your mouse,
Mhm.
it will attack the nearest enemy for 60 hit points while gaining 2 rage. And we'll go over special mechanics and stuff like that later.
Okay.
Um, but above the cards on that right hand side where it says body parts,
Mhm.
now this is where the breeding mechanics and PowerPoints come into play. The more, I guess, um, I don't want to say whole your axie is of its own kind, the more points you get, so things are a little bit more powerful. So what I mean by that is each component of an axie is made up of different elements. So, and those elements are represented by colors. Now,
Mhm.
I am going to get this totally wrong, guys. So please don't throw me to to the grindstone too hard. But the different like races or whatever you want to call it, card types, they each produce their own unique feature. So I'll give you an example. Um, the forest hero, that's green. Yes.
Mhm.
So that green is saying, okay, this is a nature, which is normally like a tank. Um, this is a nature, part, and this is what it's called, and this is what it is. Um, Now, if you notice, this one axis has 4 orange, 2 green. If
Mhm.
that was 6 green, that's considered like, I guess, more powerful because it's like it's whole. It's, you know what I mean? It's
Okay.
all the same traits. That's what I should
Okay.
say.
Yeah.
Um, and now, please, audience, correct me if I'm wrong on that because that's what I read though. The other thing is the different seeing the different designs, the different graphics of it based on the style of Axie that it is just gives me like it makes it cool to me. Like the second Foxy is the referencing the fox nose that it has.
Oh, okay.
Now the
Yep.
ears
And
is
you can kinda
Foxy
see it better
also.
on the cards too,
Yeah.
his little traits. That's
Yep. And so the fox, if you notice, the ears is Foxy also.
oh, okay.
And so that's 2 of the same thing. So that's some good points right
Mhm.
there. So not only is it the same name, so the same like component, but it's also the same traits. And it's yeah. So anyway, you can see how it builds itself up.
Right.
Um, but then you see like Bubba Brush down at the bottom, that's its tail. And if you
Mhm.
hover over them, I think it gives you a little if you hover over like, yeah, I can't remember if it gives you like a little icon or not. No, I don't think so. But it kind of looks like, what you see in the drawing there. That's its tail. So
Mhm.
and you can I think you could spin it around if you click on it and hold it
Mm.
and move
This?
all yeah.
No.
Nope.
What if
Nope.
I go over here? No?
No, and I'll change to a different one.
Different guy?
Oh well. Now
Okay.
there is one more thing to this, but it's super, super, like, advanced for right now. I'm still trying to figure it out, but I think I got it. And that's the runes over there.
Mhm.
Yeah, me, of course, I'm the one that's on. Yeah. This is where you put your
Rune being difficult.
where you put your rune when you have them. Now, the thing is that I don't get is it looks like they give you them in this game, and not only do they give you them, but they give you 'em, like, some really good ones. They're tiered, they're, like, common, rare, epic, legendary, and then there's mythic, and I got mythics in there, and
Oh,
so I'm like, I don't know if, like, there's better ones than these. This is still a part of the game that I'm learning as well.
so
Um
should I click on this and see what
Yeah, yeah, everyone is listening. There is someone in the audience right now who seems to know quite a bit about Axie and does know quite a bit about Axie, tried to get me fully into it, and that would be DC. So trust me, DC will be on this show when we're talking about Axie Infinity's Origin, excuse me. So he can tell us
Yes.
a lot about it, like more high-end stuff, more
S
turny stuff.
special guest appearance.
A special guest appearance, first one for the NFT game. Well, yeah, Nightmare wasn't really yeah, anyway. Um, so let's go ahead and hit the arrow, on the top left there to go
Oh, well, no, I'm not listening to you. Sorry.
no, that's the other guy. But, okay, so those are the different I mean, those are the axes, and if you wanna learn them, you can more about them, you can and each card click on that. Now, as
Mhm,
you get more axes, and you do actually get another axis, one more that I know of now because I've already gotten it. As you progress in the PvE side of things, because after the tutorial, just like what happened with me, I probably assumed that most people would need some practice
mhm,
beforehand before they actually
mhm.
get into things. So they actually lock down the PvP side of things until you reach a certain threshold. You have to be level 3, and you have to have beaten the 6th one on the PvE map before you can start playing against people.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
got it.
I crushed the first person I did do. Yeah, I'll
Good
just say
job, well done.
that. He was level 6 and I was level 3, so
Whoa.
I won, yeah. David and Goliath. Now, so yeah, so that's there's a lot of other things in here that as you play, you unlock. And
Mhm.
like I said, runes is one of them. I know that there's forging and things like that, but you know what? Let's get into it. Would you like to go ahead and get into a game?
Sure,
So
let's
yeah, so there's different teams and stuff, and we'll go through all of that. But let's go with what you got here and hit play.
okay.
Now
And
I'll
I've
give you the
only
options here
unlocked
for
this part so
yep, the
far.
adventure. That's the PvE side, and this is the map. So, it I mean, yeah, so you already did the first part, and
Mhm.
looks like you did a great job, 3 stars, good job. Um, one thing on here is when I said that you had to beat the 6th level, I
Mhm.
was thinking that it was the bigger icons, but no, it's total 6. So it's these little ones
Also, these
too. So
count
that one will
too.
be 1, 2, 3, yeah, so forth.
Oh,
So, it's a lot you get it a lot sooner than I thought.
okay.
Um, I will say that I got really, really cocky in the PvE until I got the level that fishbone right there. Once
Mhm.
I hit that fishbone, I got a real case of humble pie, and that was by AI, so I was like, "Okay, okay, I can get my butt whooped." So, anyway, yes, so let's go ahead and get into a match. Now, you are going to be playing against the AI,
Okay.
for this is PvE. Oh, real quick, those stars, they unlock chests down there in the bottom once you get to a certain number.
Oh, I see.
So
Gotcha.
you got 3 on that first one, and
Mhm.
the first chest is 6 and 15 and 21. So you're striving on those big ones to get to 3 stars, and you can replay them, which is nice.
Oh, good. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good to
so
know.
go ahead and hit that stick.
All right.
So
Hit the stick.
these are who you are fighting. Obviously, they are all AI. You're not going to be playing against anyone. So these are the enemies, and those are the rewards. If you hover over these, there you go. That gives you experience to help level you up, and also you get the leftover potion, which is it does exactly what it says there. Recover 4% of your max hit points at the end of your turn. So it gave you an item right there. If you beat this.
If I win. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So, go ahead and hit
Sweet.
start.
They are so cute. Look at how cute they
I
are.
know, I mean, I will say, um, we don't have to worry about time right now. When you're playing PvP, there is time. Um,
Okay.
one thing I do like about this doesn't look anything to me like Axie Infinity. Axie Infinity wasn't as vibrant, it was much more desaturated.
Mhm.
Um, and the axes, while cartoon-like, definitely weren't like this. Now this here, and I mean, once you see this, you're not gonna once I say this, you're not gonna unsee this. They remind me of Angry Birds.
Nah, they kinda do,
I
yeah.
mean yeah, it's almost like they got an Angry Birds makeover, and you know what? It's fine. It makes it more fun, more kid friendly, more, and I think that's exactly what their goal was, and it's smart.
Mhm. Yeah,
Even
it
the
really
even the
does seem
cards.
like a good one just for beginning, and
Mhm.
I can see this being fun for the kids for sure, with all the
And you're not
colors.
yeah, and
Mhm.
you're not too overwhelmed. It's not like I mean, the overwhelming part to me was how quick that tutorial went. I'm not a fan of the tutorial.
Yeah, I appreciated, I guess, that it
Yeah.
was quick because
Yep.
it really could have dove in a lot longer, but at least it
Exactly.
got you in because 'cause you're right, we'll learn the best by playing with these cards and stuff too, so,
Exactly. Yeah,
yeah.
and so, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go ahead and play a few matches. We'll talk more, strategy, more,
Mhm.
stuff, but I mean, some strategy will come into play. It's just
Okay.
the way it is, but more specifically in later episodes. But I want to give a quick layout of what you're seeing here since we have the time.
Okay.
Um, on this is your battlefield, basically.
Mhm.
You have your axes right in the middle, and they have each 320 hit points. The way they are positioned right now is actually something you can control. So, if
Oh.
you want the green, axis in the back for whatever reason, you can't do
Mhm.
it now, but before
Mhm.
the match starts, that's when you set it up, and I'll show you that later.
Okay.
Give me just a quick second.
Yeah. Look at our cards and see what we got here.
Yeah, excuse me, I'm starting to lose it. Um,
You're doing awesome.
No, and this is good too because this gives you a chance to see the cards that are dealt. Now, here's the
Mhm.
way Axie works.
Okay.
You have your turn. When
Mhm.
you have your turn, you have spell potions. And DC is going to laugh at me later because I'm not going to use the correct terminology. But that three that looks like a spell bottle or whatever,
Uh-huh.
um, it has its own name, but those are like the mana gems from Gods Unchained. So if you look at the top of each card costs something.
Mhm.
And that one is a 1, there's a 2 right there.
Mhm.
It's gonna take that much of that spell potion to play that card.
Right.
Yes, and again, each Axie has their own cards, so what you're seeing here is a 5-card randomization of all of the cards for all 3 of the Axies combined.
Mhm.
So what you have in front of you are cards that the orange will play, or that the green will play, or that the blue will play.
Mhm.
Now, once a turn is over, you would hit that end turn button on the top right, and all of the cards that you did not use
Mhm.
gets discarded, with the exception of if they have a certain characteristic. Now, that characteristic is called retain. So if you take a look at the card on the bottom right, yep, that one right there, that one says retain. So we'll go over like individual cards, like I said, tactics later because this is a very that I love this orange one.
Mhm.
But that retain means that card's never going to be going away unless you use it. So
Mhm.
once you use it to get all the other stuff, it goes away. Now, you're able to retain it because there's a on this one card, there's a benefit for not using it, to hold it.
Mhm.
So, we'll go into that later, but that's what retain means. So, again, whatever you don't use gets thrown away to the right-hand side. Now, it doesn't mean it's gone forever. I mean, that's the good
Mhm.
thing is it keeps pulling from the left and discards to the right. Once the left is empty, the left deck, you see at the bottom, you can see the number
Mhm.
13.
Mhm.
Once that's 0, and the other side will be 13 or
Mhm.
whatever. So then it'll come back shuffled again, and it goes
Okay.
back and forth. So, but what stinks is you might want to use an ability that you're like, yeah, I'm gonna hit some really hard damage. Like crap, I don't have anything to hit. Oh crap, I just wasted it.
Right.
Because
Right.
everything lasts just the one turn unless otherwise specified.
Mhm.
Um, so that's what this is, and then at the top, you see your levels, and in the middle is how many turns that you
Mhm.
have, and then waves, how many different rounds basically are there. In this one, there's 2. So after you beat these 2, there's something else later.
All
Um,
right.
the There are some things in the upper right-hand corner that I have not messed around with yet. So, I
Okay.
think it's just what the enemy has for
Mhm.
their numbers. Like, you could see their mana slots and yeah, I think that's what yeah, 0 energy left. Okay, yeah, that's what that is. It's the opponent's information. So, let's kill these 2 little guys off here.
Perfect.
Um, they're letting you know here with these chat bubbles that the bottom one is a defender. He's the tank. The top one's a DPSer, and he's the swords. Um, and what you hit at all times, unless otherwise specified by the card, is the closest enemy. So
Okay.
unless you specify by a card to hit the DPSer at the top,
Mhm.
you're always gonna hit that tank until he goes down. And so
Okay.
that's why positioning is important because you want your tank to be close, just like if you've ever played World of Warcraft or any other game like that. You want your tank taking all the damage and
Right.
protecting the guys that are, pew pewing behind you. Um, but, um but yeah, so and people come up with some really crazy, like, interesting ways that you wouldn't expect. Like, right here, your stance is you have your tank in the front, he's the green guy.
Mhm.
You got your DPSer up at the top, he's the orange. And then you have your support slash healer down on the bottom left there, hiding behind the tank. So it makes
Mhm.
sense, you know?
Right.
But so let's go ahead and play this round. Go ahead and let's start attacking. Now, this is just, I mean, you just go ahead and play. Because we'll go over the individual cards, like I said, in tactics a little bit later. But you have 3 spell slots to burn up, so start
So
using them.
what does innate mean?
So innate means start each battle with this card in your hand. So every battle, that card is guaranteed to be in your hand. So
So
that
it
one,
will
it's almost like it will go away, it will discard, it will be used, but you get it back every single time.
and is it like it will do that 70 damage
No, and that's so.
or
Oh, I
is
should
it
have said this. Yeah.
protecting?
So since it's the dark blue, it's
Mhm.
shield. So
Okay.
it'll give you 70 shield every single time, and it costs one spell potion thing.
All right.
If the number is dark blue, it gives you a shield. If it's red, it
Mhm.
does damage, and if it's
Okay.
green, it heals.
Okay.
So
S-
what I would do is I would throw that up.
Yep.
So
Okay.
you're getting yourself a good old 70 shield right there.
Never
Um,
hurts.
yeah, and so now you have 2.
Okay.
So let's take a look at you got one that costs 2. What does that one do? That one attacks deal 33 bonus damage if HP is above 66. Okay, that's good, but it's not good now because you're not going to be able to attack because you'll waste all your spell potions for
Right.
that, so you won't be able to attack. So, um,
So save that or skip that one.
yeah, I will say hold that because that's me, hold it.
Okay. Got it.
So you got the second the first one and the third one,
The
excuse
first
me, the
one.
persimmon. So
Mhm.
that one's initial will deal 15 more damage. So that means if you use that card first, it'll deal 80 damage, not 65.
Okay.
But you used another card first, so that's okay.
Mhm.
Um, what's the persimmon? That one. Target any enemy. So this
Mhm.
one tells you that he can go straight for the DPS if you wanted to, but most of the time you want to take out the tank, you know?
Right, right.
Um, so yeah, but that gives you the ability to target anyone. You don't have to hit just the closest one, but you can if you want to.
Okay.
And so
Well,
that's a straight 60. So let's actually show that let's no, let's do this first. Let's use oh man. Let's do the first one and the third one.
should we do this first?
Yeah.
All right.
So that's gonna give 65 damage to that tank because that's the
Mhm.
closest one.
Right.
Now, use the persimmon.
Okay.
Yep. Now this gives you the ability to choose. So now you can click on what enemy you want to attack. So just for demo purposes, go ahead and hit the DPSer. Yeah, there.
Okay.
So
Cool.
I guess that can you could build possibly a deck that bypasses tanks altogether, but that'd be like I said, really strategic. So you
Mhm.
can't do anything else. You have 0, so it's time to end your turn. Go ahead and do that. So you saw that there were cards that were discarded that were left or moved over to the right,
Mhm.
and then they took their turn, did a few things, and it looks like you got some damage buff on him down at the bottom.
Okay.
So
Whoa. What is this? Holy moly.
so that's the big daddy, but, look at the 3rd card, okay?
Okay.
The 3rd card is Gain 4 Rage,
Mhm.
and it doesn't do any damage, doesn't do anything else. Whenever you see these, use them.
Okay.
So, go ahead and Gain 4 Rage. Now what Rage is once you get to 10 Rage, he
Mhm.
transforms.
Whoa.
When he transforms, um
Mhm.
he does, I think it's like 15% more damage or something like that. Um,
Awesome.
so that 120 card,
Mhm.
you can just annihilate people with it.
Wow.
And then that way you could also hit him with a 60 or the 65. So it's like there's ways to play around with it. But let's
Mhm.
go ahead and try to build up some more rage here. What's that second one? Trying to
This
target the
one?
furthest enemy. What's okay? Doesn't look like we can build any more rage. That first one is we're
Just this
holding
one,
it
right?
to build that rage. Yeah. Um,
Okay, got it.
but what I think we're gonna do in this case, that one
Mhm.
heals all allies. You can see that the bar is green.
Mhm.
You don't really need healing right now. You could gain
Okay.
more shield.
Mhm.
I think we do this. Go ahead. I hate the fact that we're gonna throw away the 120, but it'll come back up. So go ahead and throw the shield on.
Okay.
Yep, and that'll automatically do it. And he'll also deal 40 damage. 40 shield, 40 damage. Cool.
Cool.
Use the first card because you're
Okay.
gonna give 65 damage and you're gonna get one rage. All right.
Okay.
Oh, 7 hit points. Come on now.
He's just holding on.
Right? And hit end turn. So notice your rage doesn't go away. Now, once you hit 10, it will restart, but you get a
Mhm.
chance to go back to 10 and do it again.
Awesome.
So
Alright.
these are the cards that are coming up. Now it looks like it's going to be more of the support and the tank. Now this card here, it has an X at the top.
This one? Yep.
That X means it will hit. It'll use up all potion spots that you have and deal that damage that many times. So if you use this card right now, it will do damage 3 times to the first player. So it'll waste all of your spell potions,
That would
but
not be
it's a
good.
yeah, but it's a good I guess it could probably be pretty powerful. Um but anyway, let's do some healing stuff real quick.
Okay.
Tank took a little bit.
Well,
So, yeah, go ahead and click on that, and that'll give 40 shield and 40 health, and you can target any of the fighters, so you can give it to yourself, the green guy. Yep. And then what's that? The first one is drawing a card. So go ahead and use actually not the first one, the last one. I'm sorry.
okay.
So
Use
go
this
ahead
one?
and yep, click on that. And now a card will be drawn, and it looks like it was the puff, which is that or the middle one,
Mhm.
that one right there. Now that heals HP to that to puff, equal to 50% of the damage that wasn't blocked. Okay, so whatever if they don't have a shield up, uh,
Mhm.
50% of all the damage that you do is given to you as a heal.
Okay, but he
But
doesn't need healing, so
no, so let's go to the first one real quick.
so wait, this one does, like, 0? I mean, it costs 0?
Oh, yeah, it does cost 0. Yep, yep. Go ahead now it has banish, which means it's gonna remove the card from your deck until the end of the battle. So, you will
Oh,
not see this card again. This is, like those ones that go into the void, directly. They can't come back, in Gods Unchained, sorry. So, you won't see this again
okay.
for this game. So, go ahead and click on that. It doesn't cost anything, so it'll give 50 shield, the 0, the succulent thing that you just had there. Oh. Did I just lose you?
Oh, getting a little losing a little audio there.
Yeah, okay, can you hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, you guys just disappeared on me. Go ahead and use that succulent, yeah, that one.
Okay,
Click on that, gives you 50 shield,
okay.
and it was free. The first one is the one that you're gonna do, because
This one?
that is ethereal, and, yeah, I can't remember what that means, but go ahead and just do that, it's
Let's
easy.
see. He's just barely hanging on now.
Yeah, figures.
Oh, well, he didn't do much. All right.
Alright, I
Let's
want you
see.
to see I almost yeah, well, you're gonna see it anyway, so go ahead and we wanna build that rage up again. So, everyone's looking good, they're all healed anyways, build that rage, gain 2 rage, and do 60 damage. Okay,
Okay.
so you're at 8. You only need 2 more rage.
Cool.
So does that give you one? Nope.
No.
But we don't wanna use it because maybe we'll be able to take it out. Maybe it'll come up later. So let's use one of the different cards here.
Okay. Oh, this is that random X one.
Yeah,
All right.
that's so that'll do 2, so if and you already used the wait, yeah,
No.
you already well, the end of the
Oh,
turn, and we're still on the same turn. So
okay.
you
Got it.
even though you beat the wave, the turn is still the same, so
Okay.
I would use that last card there, that beetroot, yeah, because you draw a card, so let's see what card you get too, and does damage.
Oh, rage.
So you get this one, so,
Should we hold
go
it?
ahead and just do it, yeah.
Oh, all right.
You get that. So now check out yourself. So see above,
He's so
you're on
cool.
you're on fire, and you got that little thing above you. There you go. Deal 75% more damage until the end of the turn. So you have
Whoa.
one card that's gonna do 75% more damage. It's gonna get that little guy back there, so sucks to be him. Go ahead and so normally it's 60, but watch what happens.
Whoa.
105.
That was
So
awesome.
now, the cool thing is you can stack like, I've gotten it to stack up where I had, like, 4 cards available and that 120 and
Hmm.
had gotten spell potions back and just wailed on someone. So what's that to me is why this guy is powerful, or at least this ability is very powerful. You wanna plan when you go into fury and when you don't.
Hmm.
And, you wanna make sure that you have some cards because 'cause I've gone into Fury and no cards.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
That would be a bummer.
but yeah. Yeah, and it goes away at the end of the turn, so as soon as you hit end turn, which you have to do now,
It's gonna be gone. He'll be happy
it's
again.
gonna be
He'll
gone.
lose his rage.
Yep, you have to build the rage again. Yeah. So it's fun little mechanics like this, like, I mean, I think some young kids would be able to pick this up, but it could be a little tough, and look at that look how close you were, you had that 120 right there. Oh, man. You were
Right?
one pull away.
But
So go ahead and
it's
just
still
yeah,
good.
just, you
Should
could
I do
either
it?
yeah, go ahead and wipe him out. Oh, he had some
Almost.
shield up. He had some
He
shield up.
did have some shield up.
So, I would heal your tank. So that yeah, that one.
This one or this one?
Nope, you need 2
Oh,
spell
I need
potions
to.
for that.
Just
Yep,
kidding.
that one is 40, yep. You'll heal for 40 and get 40 shield, and then hit
Okay.
end turn.
All right.
Alright, now we're gonna just take him out. So I would use the orange guy's abilities. Um, target any enemy. I would use that one right there and just go after the big guy.
This guy,
Yeah,
he's gone.
he's gone. So now it's just a matter of getting little guy down. So that lasts or yeah, go ahead and do that. It'll do 65 damage. There you go. You won.
Woo!
Yay. So
Yay!
those are all the rewards that you got. Because you got
Awesome.
some it looks like some random ones too. One thing yeah, it'll go oh, you haven't unlocked those yet. So yeah, they'll go over that.
Okay.
So, one thing, the button with the arrow to the right, that is a
Mhm.
copy to clipboard. I have no idea what it copies,
Okay.
um, but I clicked it one time and said
Oh,
copy. There you go. Yeah.
interesting.
And then, so we always hit back to lobby, gives you the
Cool.
reward items. You hit OK, and then you unlocked a new feature, inventory. So hit OK. You're gonna get a little mini tutorial and runes. You unlocked. Hey, you've unlocked me.
Hey, look at
Go ahead and
that.
hit play.
Okay.
Okay, so click on Axie. Click on the Axie. Tells you that that's a rune.
All right. Provides passive effects in combat. Cool.
So that one right there is a mystic one.
Hmm.
Non multi hit attack. Abilities deal bonus damage equal to the current shield.
Oh, that's nice.
So if like your tank has it, because this one's called Sturdy Fighter, if you put that on your tank and you had a shield up to 130,
Mhm.
that'd be 130 bonus damage.
That's awesome.
Yep. So go ahead and click on that spot. Each rune has a class. It can only be attached to axes of the same class.
Okay.
So click on that. One thing you'll find out later is that there's actually two of them. One is called, don't do it just yet, but one is
Okay.
called neutral, and these are all the neutral ones. But then grayed
Mhm.
out for you is plant underneath that. That is plant specific
Oh,
runes.
I see. Got
Yeah,
it.
and that's where the mythic one lies that I found. But look, you could choose an epic rune right there on the right. There's a rare one up there too. So this is how you customize it.
Okay.
So for right now, just select any rune. I would say all cards gain 15% class bonus. Yeah, just do that one. Click the button on the upper right corner to replay this tutorial. No,
Nope, we don't wanna
click
do
anywhere else to continue.
that.
You basically just gave
Okay.
that passive ability to this one axie, and you can do
Okay.
that to all axies right now.
And we
So
wanna make him our tanker, right?
he's your tanker.
Okay. Cool.
Then hit back. Yeah, and then you can do the same thing for the other two.
Mhm.
But as you get going and as we get to our next episode, you'll see there's one ability that stacks up really well with what I said on that orange guy, and I think you might be able to figure it out if you get that far.
Okay. When I'm playing around with it and learning more, get
Yeah,
that
definitely.
alpha.
You got that right. Uh-oh, we got a Grevinator here is going, Mother of God. What is Rune talking about right now? Zoro, Rune was just talking about runes. So anyway, all right, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Lady Warboss, I hope you enjoyed that and had fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
appreciate it, and
no
thanks
problem.
for sacrificing your voice a little bit, and
Nah,
this is gonna be fun to dive into more.
uh,
I'm excited.
yeah, I'm just trying to sound like Grevinator from now on. This is how he sounds. Anyway, but so yes, everyone, thank you for joining us. We'll try to get back on schedule for Sundays. Thank you for bearing with us during the changes, and we will talk to you guys next time. See ya.
Thanks, everyone.